Rimbold and Bill Cameron Sr., your front row. Here we go. A little bit of beating and banging back in the field, but so far so good.
Well, it takes these cars about a lap to get up to full speed, and while they're doing that, they will bump and bang. Looks like one car back at the back of the pack is off the pace. All the cars are beginning to pass him.
That's Barry Wilson, the 21.
The front runners have made it clean. 17 cars.
Jamie Long, look at him coming to the inside here. Jamie Long started fourth and is now in the lead. They're 3 wide right behind him, and now that settles out.
A little bit of contact back there. It looked like Archie Sanders made some contact with somebody. I saw some sparks flying, but he's still up to full song, so obviously no harm.
Jamie Long, Bill Cameron Sr., 3 wide on the front stretch, headed into turn 1. Look out.
And I may stand corrected. It must have been Archie Sanders that made the contact, because Archie is backing through the field right now in the 11 car. You see him right there in your screen. He made some contact back there in the dog leg. Now he's back up to speed, so he did drop back about 4 or 5 positions.
Way high is Bill Cameron Sr. coming off of turn 4. A.J. Sanders now beside him and will try to take the second spot away. He does. Back in fourth now is Doug Rimbold, who started on the point. And there's your leader, Jamie Long in the 17. Once again started fourth. Jamie fourth in the points and has 2 poles and a win so far this season. Tight pack toward the back there, and they are really knocking each other around at the very back of the field. Meanwhile, we look at a side-by-side battle. Jeff Whitley inside of Doug Rimbold for fourth.
Got a good look at Jeff Whitley's new paint job out there. It's sponsored by J&W Communications out of Charlotte. I had the pleasure of talking to Mark Walters out there, the owner. A great guy, nice guy. So hello to him and his gang. And I know Jeff Whitley appreciates you sponsoring the car.
Here's Jamie Long putting 6 laps in the books. Remember, they'll go 40, not the usual 25 here tonight. And Jamie Long just has a huge margin. They're gonna, the guys behind him,
there's
trouble. Caution.
6 car was into the wall. There's another one into the wall.
And Will Smith got through it.
Contact.
Wes Filyaw managed to stop. Greg Butcher was heavily involved, and the big problem is with the 6 car. Corey Brooks, he started third. He's a rookie and 12th in the points. Take another look here. Watch the white car right here. Inside of Doug Rimbold. Got a little too low and turned it around.
There,
Doug Rimbold
hard.
And look right behind him. Ran all over. Looked like Archie Sanders was getting run over there by the 01 machine, and he just had all kinds of problems. Greg Butcher was trying to stop, but I think his wheel got hooked up over the side. I think it was Archie Sanders that he got tangled up with.
Like Corey Brooks got the worst end of that deal.
All right, let's take another look. And there you see the 6 who was first involved, Corey Brooks, right there with Rimbold. And look right here. It is Archie Sanders.
Yeah.
That's the 01 of Greg Butcher, who had some problems. And boy, squeaking by was Will Smith, when we talked about in the Open. Also, lucky to get through that were a couple of other guys, but I think the red flag is going to come out again now, and all kinds of fluid on the track.
Like Greg Butcher's done for the night.
Probably is. We've got 6 laps complete, but we'll step away while they clean this up.
Growing up backstage here at the Apollo Theater, I had some incredible teachers. I mean, they could show me a move and make it stick. Today, when teachers look for creative ways to reach a kid, they turn to cable in the classroom. With donated cable technology, teachers connect kids to a world of commercial-free educational programs. With
6 laps complete, 1 lap away from getting the green. We're under caution because of a wreck that involved at least 7 cars. Corey Brooks in the 6 and Doug Rimbold in the 83 got together, and that started it all. Brooks is out. The 01 of Greg Butcher is also out, but Doug Rimbold, Larry Pierce, Wes Filyaw, and Archie Sanders all got damage in that wreck and have since made pit stops and come back. Jimmy Voiles in the 9 spun and went to the back of the field. But even more significant than that, Steve, A.J. Sanders made a pit stop as well and has dropped to the rear of the field.
Yeah, A.J. Sanders had a flat tire. He did go to the attention of his pit crew. He dropped to the back of the pack. This is an advantage right now for Jeff Whitley. Jeff Whitley is currently second in the points, only 12 behind. Right now he's running third, so it's a great advantage for Jeff Whitley, but AJ's got plenty of time and a good race car, so we'll see what he can do with it.
Remember, they're running 40 laps, not the usual 25 here. Your leader is Jamie Long. Long, and he got a great restart. Bill Cameron Sr. second, Whitley is third, and up to fourth, Steve, that guy Will Smith.
Yeah, Will's got a good race car now. He's looking in the inside of Jeff Whitley for the third position.
They're trying as hard as they can to wreck right here. Look at that! Look at that pack
bunching up right there. Yeah, they'll get it sorted out.
Villiers, Sanders, Boyles, all those very fast cars trying to work through slower traffic.
Jimmy Boyles in the 9 car spun a while ago. I don't think he made any contact with anybody.
He and AJ almost bumped each other there.
That's why he was at the back of the pack, but he's got a great race car. He's fitting in to make a move. AJ's going to tuck in behind him or probably go around him. Out of the 3 wide down the front straightaway.
Oh, and Boyles goes around again and again and again. And yeah, he's going to have to stop now, but he's spun around 4 times tonight so far, and he hasn't hit anything yet. But the most significant thing, watch it here, he'll probably get together with the 21 car, and that may be what caused his tire to go down. But the most significant thing is, while we were looking at this, Will Smith, Steve, has zipped up to second.
Well, he's on a mission. He wants to come out here and show these local guys how to get around Concord.
There's Doug Rimbold, who was involved in that crash a little bit earlier, and there's your leader, Jamie Long, who's having just an outstanding season, 4th in the points with 2 poles and a win, as we mentioned.
Yeah, and Jamie has missed a couple races this year. He's missed 3 races and still 4th in the points, so you know he's been consistent.
This caution may not last too long. Don't think there's any serious damage. Coming back out there now is the 46 of Mike Brown. And next time by, I think they're going to get the 1 to go signal. There's Brown. But a lot of fast cars, Steve. You mentioned Jimmy Voiles. Also, A.J. Sanders was back there toward the back. And guys like Wes Villiers with fast cars trying to get back up through traffic. And, boy, a lot of slower cars there. And it was fortunate it wasn't a worse situation than it was.
Yeah, if it had been more up to the front when he done that loop-de-loop out there, he probably could have made some contact with a gaggle of cars. You never can tell what could happen, so it's probably to his advantage to have been more toward the back of the pack that particular incident.
Light goes off now atop the Ben-minded pace car.
It's good to see Sandy Durham back out here at Concord. She left a couple weeks ago, about a month or so ago, and went to move to California, but she's back out in the Carolinas visiting. I believe she's going to hang around for a week or 2, and while she's here, help out at the racetrack.
A lot of exciting racing coming up here at Concord. They do have a special show coming up the Sunday night after the Saturday night Bristol race. I believe that's the 27th. And mark your calendars for that. Not the normal Saturday night. That'll be a Sunday night deal. But at any time, you can call the track 782-4221 to find out more, or check the website, www.concordspeedway.com. Jamie Long will now try to hold off Will Smith. Cameron Sr. drops to the inside, and here comes Jeff Whitley, but Will Smith has a rocket.
Yeah, Jamie Long couldn't shake him that time. We'll see what Jamie's got. If Jamie's got the car that he's had for the first 8 or 10 laps, it'll show up right here. If he don't, it'll show 23 car will find a way to get around him.
So far, so good. Jamie Long seems to be able to hold him off. Jeff Whitley has now moved into 3rd. 4th is Bill Cameron Sr. 5th is the 60 of Mark Dyer. 6th is the 3 machine of Michael Pope. 7th is Wes Villiers. 8th is A.J. Sanders.
Little contact right there. The 23 car just got right up on the back end of Jamie Long in the 17 car. And just kind of moved him over and made his own path.
Now there's a lap car in the way. It's Jimmy Voiles, and they settle it out in time to get by him. Oh, a crash. Wes Villiers hard into the 3 car, and they are both into the wall. The 3 of Michael Pope, and Wes Villiers, he just can't catch a break tonight.
There you see the quarter panel.
Wes was probably saying this crash is nothing.
Oh, yeah.
He had to crash a lot harder than that to scare him after what he's been through this year. But he and the 3, watch this, they nudge there, and they almost go 3 wide, and A.J. says, wait a minute, I don't want any of this.
Right in front of A.J.
Now, how did A.J. get by that? Look at there. Nice move. That was something.
I think A.J. saw it coming and just went to, you take the high road and I'll take the low road, or vice versa.
All right, earlier today, Steve Gant was rummaging around in the garage area, as we mentioned, and he caught up with a guy who's picked up a brand spanking new sponsor.
thanks, Woody. We're here with Jeff Whitley, currently second in the points and only 12 points out of the lead, and won 3 races so far in the 2000 season.
Hopefully we're going to win a lot more than 3.
Well, it's about halfway through the season, 3 wins so far, not bad.
No, it's not bad. Not as good as I want to do, but we're happy.
Jeff, you picked up a new sponsor, J&W Communications. Got to be proud of that, and it got to be a big boost to your team.
Yes, sir. Mark with J&W Communications, he helps us out a whole bunch. I mean, I can't say how much he helps, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, I met Mark. Mark's a good guy. I think it's Mark Whitley. You're running 40 laps tonight, a little longer than you usually run. Any change of strategy?
No, I'm probably going to run the same setups I do as on 25 lapper. Usually our car's been getting better the longer it runs, so hopefully it's going to come around tonight, hopefully. I mean, we've been running second. We finished second last 2 weeks, and last week we was like a couple inches off of first. I mean, it was so close, but it'll be close tonight.
Seems about a month ago, it was Whitley night out here. You guys had the trucking company out here sponsoring the race, and I think everybody in your family was an honorary starter. You guys really had a great night that night.
Oh yeah, I believe my brother might have done pretty good. I think he blew his motor that night, so I think we'd have both turned out really good on that deal. But we might need sponsor tracks more, and that's the last time we won.
Well, Jeff, thanks for talking to us, and good luck tonight, and put this 85 car up front.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Woody, back to you.
So Jeff Whitley having a pretty good night. Started 7th, is up to 3rd, and we've got a change on the leaderboard, Steve. For some reason, the 17 of Jamie Long is now back in front of the 25, or rather the 23 of Will Smith. Maybe they're going to go back to the last completed lap.
That's perhaps what they'll do, because they do not race back to the caution. That could be the case indeed. During that interview I was doing with Jeff Whitley there, I referred to Mark as Mark Whitley. My correction is Mark Walter of J&W Communications. That's the W of J&W Communications, so my apologies.
Look on the front here, this windshield of the 23 car coming into your picture. All those stickers there, they represent race wins.
Well, this guy has been busy somewhere. He's got a great race car. He's a good race car driver.
I think he's up from around the Virginia area somewhere. I believe Hugh Harris was telling us that. Coming back out now, the 3 of Michael Pope, who was involved in that last caution with Wes Filyaw. Filyaw is still back on the track, and Pope has some sheet metal flapping there on the left front.
Well, Filyaw was the driver of the 8th car. We saw him in that accident get airborne as well, so there might be some damage under that car. We'll probably won't know until he gets it back up to speed.
All right, back underway now. 10 laps of 40 complete. Jamie Long leads Will Smith, Jeff Whitley, and Bill Cameron Sr.
So A.J. Sanders moving to the outside past 2 cars and now going for Bill Cameron Sr. So there's Filyaw in the 8 car.
And Voiles right behind him. But meanwhile, A.J. Sanders is storming up through the field. He went to the back of the pack, made a pit stop to change a flat tire, and is now back to 4th.
And Will Smith is all over Jamie Long.
And I'm sure A.J. is back there saying, come on, Jamie, hold it up a little bit longer and let me get back into it. I got a funny feeling they're not through crashing, though, yet, Steve.
Well, these guys out here are going about, 91 miles an hour. They qualified top speed at 92.
93.7 was AJ.
Yeah, that's right. So they're really flying. Look at that to the inside. Will Smith getting the preferred line on Jamie and takes it and clears him.
And here comes Jeff Whitley to make this a 3-way duel. A.J. Sanders in 4th, Cameron Sr. in 5th, Mark Dyer 6th, and a good pack going into turn 1 right there. Those guys are leaning all over each other. You got Wes Filyaw in that pack. Also, Doug Rimbold is there. Michael Tucker is in that group. And Voiles right behind.
And what did we mention Bill Cameron Sr. in the 0 car? Every time he comes to Concord, and we do have the opportunity to talk to him, he's always here in honor of somebody. He is really dedicated to putting somebody's name on his race car, and it's always in honor of somebody.
A lot of guys don't recognize the history of their sports, but he does. Rimbold down low, Filyaw there, Voiles as well. Michael Tucker involved in it, and those guys are just... Oh, now we got the crash to 71, hard in the wall. Michael Tucker gets mixed up with Larry Pierce, and they just rode the wall for half the front straightaway, it seemed. The stripe right in front of that 77 car is about 3 car lengths long where he just slid along that wall.
You see Michael Tucker in the 77 car, he's moving around so he's not hurt. You know, they're supposed to drop that window net just to let the crew know that they're not injured, so.
All right, we've got 15 laps complete. Another cleanup operation about to happen, so we'll step away. So before they get to green, your leader is Will Smith, who's already won once here at Concord. You see 15 complete, they'll go 40. Jamie Long is second, Jeff Whitley third, A.J. Sanders fourth, and rounding out the top 5, the 0 of Bill Cameron Sr. Now, Steve, here's something to watch on this restart. Hugh Harris was saying that Will Smith will rev the motor hard and pop the clutch in and look like he gets launched out of a cannon here as he goes to this restart, so let's keep an eye on this.
Looks to me like that would be damaging for the car, so let's take a watch and see what happens.
He did get a pretty good jump.
Yeah, he got a better jump than Jamie's been getting.
Boy, side by side all around the track, back in the pack here, and guys just fighting their way toward the front.
We'll see Will Smith. I was fixing to mention the advantage that Jeff Whitley had over A.J. Sanders is now erased. A.J. is on his bumper.
And remember, those guys are only separated by 12 points in the championship chase here in this division. There you see the 77 Michael Tucker trying to come back out, but the car's still very slow. Will Smith has opened up a pretty good margin now.
See Phil off to the inside of Rimbolt. There's your leader, Will Smith.
And there's the 2 points leaders. Look at A.J. sawing that wheel. Boy, those guys have seen a lot of each other this year.
A.J. caught a break earlier. He went to pit road and changed the tire during caution, so he did not lose a lap, and that was quite a break for him. If that would have happened during green flag racing, he would have been in trouble right now.
And then when the front 3 had broken away and it didn't look like he was going to be able to run him down, he got the caution to get right back in the picture. But Will Smith just setting a blistering pace. Look at that margin he's opened up already.
Yeah, he's about 3 or 4 car lengths lead. That's the biggest lead we've seen all night in this particular race.
Indeed it is. There's Philyaw on the outside of Boyles, now to the outside of Rimbold. And Philyaw, look at that, 3 wide. Hang on there.
Contact. Philyaw got a little squirrely, but Boyles made a great move. Now we see Rimbold coming around Philyaw.
West was really moving on the outside, halfway signal being shown now. But then had to back out when they went 3 wide. There's Rimbold and Mark Dyer banging each other. And
Philyaw looking to the inside.
Yeah. And coming right up in there among them is Todd Moore in the 37.
Todd Moore looked like he's a little bit out of control that particular time, but I think he was just trying to choose which lane he wanted to go.
My goodness, Will Smith is just running away. Here's Rimbold now, still trying to hold off Philyaw, who was making a charge there. In spite of all the damage, that car's been in the wall a couple of times.
And Rimbold is the leading rookie yet to win at Concord in the 2000 season, but they're having a great year, 3rd in the points. Got to find out who this guy is and where he's been. He has got a rabbit.
Oh, he's dropped off the pace now, Steve. The car blows up.
Yep.
And you mentioned that kind of restart that he does. Maybe damaging to the motor, and maybe you're seeing some evidence of it there, but a big puff of smoke from the car, and he is done. Look at that red, white, and blue driving suit he's got on there, too.
Tough break for Will Smith.
Hate to see that.
Smith Equipment.
Obviously, he had a strong car, but his night is done as the car erupts in smoke coming off of turn 4. Jamie Long goes to the outside and avoids any kind of trouble there. But that'll move Jeff Whitley to 2nd and A.J. Sanders to 3rd with 22 laps complete.
And a difference of 2 points between the 2 cars at this point on the racetrack.
And you saw something else there that was a thing a lot of guys don't do. Will Smith, obviously an experienced racer, when the smoke came out of that car, he immediately got to the inside, got out of the racing groove, and stayed there to keep from oiling the track down for these guys who are still going to keep racing.
Yeah, it was a good move, good sportsmanship on his part, but I think we'll see more of Will Smith. We've seen him at Concord here 2 times, and each time he runs up front and dominates, but then has a stroke of bad luck.
So Jamie Long looking for his 2nd win, and they'll get the 1-to-go signal from Randy Smith now. As we mentioned, Jeff Whitley, 2nd in the points, 2nd on the track. A.J. Sanders, the points leader, is 3rd. And his dad Archie's back up to 4th, if you can believe that.
And look at Jimmy Voles back up to 5th place, and we've seen him spin 2 times tonight.
Boy, that's amazing. You've got mixed in there as well as Bill Cameron Sr. in the 5th spot. Doug Rimbold is 7th. Phil Yaw is 8th. Looks like 9th is the 37 of Todd Moore. And 10th looks to be the 60 of Mark Dyer, the rookie. 22 complete. And here we go, back to green. A.J. Sanders looking for 2 wins in a row.
Looked like on the restart, Jamie slowed down to let the cars bunch up, then he took off, and it's kind of worked for him. He's out to a 3, maybe 4 car length lead.
Now, they warned the guys in the driver's meeting about brake checking guys on those restarts, and they said if you do that, they will black flag you, but evidently that's not what he did, in the opinion of the officials. So, look at that. Guy's getting all kinds of sideways coming off of turn 4. Something's gone wrong in the 37. He was running in the top 10, Todd Moore, and now is very slow. And another car way up high in the speedy dry there. That's the 31, or check it, the 21 of Barry Wilson. And I don't know how he kept it out of the wall. He was trying to miss the 37 of Todd Moore, got way up high in the speedy dry and almost scraped the wall. Meanwhile, Jamie Long has a comfortable lead now.
He does. I believe he's even extended it. A while ago we mentioned 4 or 5 car length lead. Now it's 5 or 6 car length lead.
Jamie Long, Jeff Whitley, A.J. Sanders, Archie Sanders, Jimmy Voiles, Bill Cameron Sr., Wes Philyaw, Doug Rimbold, and Mark Dyer up front.
25 laps complete, 15 to go. There we see 21 car off the pace. He will take it. It's got a smoke, look like a hub or something messed up on the car.
Maybe a brake rotor locking up on him or something. And he's going to get out of the way as the leaders come storming by. There you see Jamie Long going by him on the outside. And now, Steve, it looks like Whitley has gotten away some from A.J. Sanders and might be reeling Jamie Long in a little bit.
He probably has closed it some. A while ago, Jamie had about, probably at the biggest margin, 8 car lengths, maybe 10 car lengths, but it looks like Jeff Whitley has closed into maybe 5 or 6 car lengths.
You know, this is the low-budget division, the 4-cylinder classic Concord, the least expensive way to come racing, but these guys have every bit as much heart and competitive fire as the late model guys.
And these guys are getting faster and faster.
Yeah, I mean, a 4-cylinder car at a half-mile track on the pole, 93.7 miles an hour. That's getting it done. The late model qualified about 107. The trucks at about 102. And we saw Hugh Harris earlier this year in a limited stock car qualified just a tick over 100 miles an hour.
Every time you talk to a driver and you ask him about Concord, he says, well, it's the speed. We like the speed. It's a fast racetrack.
I don't know how many guys you've asked, well, how do you like the place? The first thing they say is it's fast.
Yeah.
Lap traffic just ahead now for Jamie Long. And boy, he almost got tapped there by Mike Brown. I don't think Mike knew which way Jamie wanted to go and kind of weaved in front of him.
Frightening moment there, especially for Jamie Long.
And now that margin is building back up again for Jamie Long.
And Jeff Whitley's putting a little bit of distance between him and AJ.
Jamie Long puts 31 laps in the books, then Jeff Whitley, then A.J. Sanders. Then a ways back to Archie Sanders and Jimmy Voiles there in your picture. Then it's Wes Philyaw, Bill Cameron Sr., and Doug Rimbold. But those three, Philyaw and Cameron Sr. and Rimbold, are about a half a lap behind the leader. Here's Archie Sanders and Jimmy Voiles racing for 4th. And that's amazing considering the damage that you see the front end there on Archie Sanders' car. Here goes Voiles to the inside.
Well, with just a few laps to go, if it finishes like it is now, A.J. Sanders will only lose 2 points to Jeff Whitley by virtue of the 1 position.
6 laps to go, actually about 5.5. As Jimmy Voiles is in command here, and there we're looking at the battle for 4th. Archie Sanders, the father of the points leader, has it, and Jimmy Voiles almost got by him a moment ago and then couldn't quite take the spot away. 5 to go. Nose to tail for 4th. We're not showing you the leaders because the leader is way out in front of everybody else. And there's not much of a battle for second at the moment. .36 complete. 40 lapper for the mini stock class. A little bit of bumping there maybe, or slight contact as they head off into turn one. But Archie Sanders loves to come to Concord and race. Has been out here for years, and now the car turns around, and somehow Voiles got by. Boy, Jimmy didn't have much room there to squeeze through, but somehow he made it and kept the car from serious contact. 37 laps complete. Archie Sanders has gotten it back underway, and we'll have a furious finish here. Take a look at it again. Looks like Archie maybe just got in there a little hot, and it got away from him as he tried to turn off a 4, and somehow Jimmy Voiles got through there. You see Phil Yaw coming up into your picture there as well, but I don't think the car's damaged any worse than it already was. This will tighten up your top 3 now and make it a great duel between Long, Whitley, and Sanders. AJ Sanders, not Archie, who's spinning here, and boy, I can't believe he didn't come back down the track and nudge Jimmy Voiles into the wall. But at any rate, the Carolina truck repair machine is continuing to roll. There's another one. His son AJ is driving it, and it's in third right now, and he's having a good night. But as Steve mentioned, 2 points per position, so if they hold on to where they are, Jeff Whitley would close to within 10 points of the lead. And Doug Rimbold, third in the points, is 170 back. The real situation is the battle for fourth, where Jamie Long, as we look at Pit Stop, or Pit Lizard, the mascot here at the Concord Motorsport Park, doing donuts in that Legends car. He evidently doesn't know there's a race going on. But there's Jamie Long. He's fourth in the points. Actually, he's tied with Jimmy Voiles. They both are holding 632 points right now, but Jamie Long gets the nod because he has a win. Now, he is leading the race, but right now 4 spots ahead, or 3 spots ahead of Jimmy Voiles. So we'll take a timeout, come back and bring you the finish of this mini stock feature race. Lap dash for the cash remaining here in the mini stock division. Jamie Long leads it. Second is Jeff Whitley. Third, AJ Sanders. And fourth is Jimmy Voiles. Now, Wes Philial's worked his way back up into fifth. In sixth is a 0 of Bill Cameron Sr. And this is going to be some kind of finish because all of those top 5 cars are very quick and capable of winning here at Concord. In fact, all of them have wins here at Concord this year. And we're back underway. Nice jump for Jamie Long. AJ Sanders now giving all kinds of pressure to Jeff Whitley. AJ looks to the inside again. The battle for second in your picture. Little nudge there for AJ. Now we got a crash coming off of 4 cars involved. Mark Dyer in the 60. Also the 3 car of Michael Pope involved. See the official running down there to see if they're okay. They bumped and then bumped harder, and looked like the 60 of Mark Dyer got 2 wheels in the air. So that was 1 lap complete before we went back to the crashing. And this one's going to be a green-white checkers finish, I believe. Mark Dyer there in the 60 machine. Actually, it was a 28 of Chris Bishop, not the 3 of Michael Pope. You see both drivers now climbing out. Looks like they're going to be okay. But a serious situation, and I think some other cars got some scrapes from, but those were the most 2 severely damaged. 2 laps remaining to finish it up. Back with the green and hopefully the checkers in just a moment. Well, the mini stock competitors huffing and puffing their way to the end of this 40 lapper. Normally they run 25. We do have a scoring correction for you now. Understand that the 9 of Jimmy Voiles is being scored a lap down, so that means Jamie Long leads. Jeff Whitley is second. AJ Sanders third. Fourth will be Wes Philial. Fifth will be Bill Cameron Sr. Doug Rimbold is sixth, and we're about to get the green, and hopefully we'll finish this up in green-white checkers fashion here. But it looked like a nice jump last time for Jamie Long. He got away from Whitley, and then A.J. Sanders started putting all kinds of pressure on Jeff Whitley, but Jeff able to hold him off, at least in the short time we had before the caution flag came out. And here we go. Jamie Long, he got into the score box, the start box, well before Whitley did and was able to run off. And is now up at a 5 or 6 car length lead here. And he'll get the white flag this time by. I don't think they're going to have enough time to run him down. Very slow Doug Rimbold on the back now, and he'll coast his way to pit road. A.J. Sanders trying to battle Jeff Whitley. As Jamie Long has run off, A.J. a little nudge, more of a nudge. He tries to go to the inside, has a fender there. This is the battle for second. Whitley turns it around, goes backwards, and gets collected by Jimmy Voiles. Somehow, Cameron Sr. got by. Jamie Long goes on to victory. Unofficially, A.J. Sanders is second, Phil Yaw third, fourth, Cameron Sr., and looks like Archie Sanders is going to cross the line fifth, but once again, that's unofficial. Look here, a little nudge from A.J. Sanders. He gets a nose underneath, a little bit more of a nudge, and right in the tri-oval area, the car is very light right there, and then here comes Jimmy Voiles, 2 race cars torn up there, and you know that Jeff Whitley not a happy camper right now. Now, the black flag is being waved at A.J. Sanders. So this is really going to be a devastating blow to him in the points. Don't know how far he's going to finish back. There's our old pal Sandy Durham talking to Jeff Whitley, and he is livid down there, very upset about the contact he got from A.J. Sanders. But A.J. got the black flag. I don't believe Whitley knows that yet, but I think this is going to hurt A.J. more than it hurt Whitley, with the exception of fixing a damaged race car. Now, did they finish, or are they going to have to go back and do another green-white checkers run here at it? Jeff Whitley inspecting the damage on his car. You heard Steve mention that he picked up the new sponsor, J&W Communications, but he and A.J. Sanders only separated by 12 points in the championship hunt right now, and A.J. on pit road. But the question now is whether or not the race is finished, or if they're going to have to go back. And now they're going to park A.J. Sanders, put him probably a lap down, but Whitley, I don't think his car can continue. At least it doesn't look like it, the way he climbed out of the car and was inspecting the damage, and they're passing the word on now to A.J. that he's been black flagged and they may park him. And that's just that's something you never see from A.J. Sanders, but you did tonight. Contact there. Normally he's a very clean racer and appreciates it when other guys race him clean as well, but he and Jeff Whitley get tangled up there on the next to last lap. They put the scoreboard back to 39, so we're going to have to go green-white checkers again after you watch this. About an hour ago in real time, 39 laps ago, 20 mini stock cars rolled out onto the track. Right now, 6 are remaining, and they are limping their way to a finish. It's a green-white checkers run. Jamie Long is on top. Wes Villiaw second. Bill Cameron Sr. third. Fourth right now is Archie Sanders. Fifth is the 60 of Mark Dyer. White flag is out now for Jamie Long. Hopefully they'll finish it up. This thing has just been a battle in every sense of the word. A.J. Sanders, by the way, has been black flagged and parked by track officials. Well, now we've got 7 cars back. Popping out for one more lap is the 42 of Larry Pierce. But here comes Jamie Long heading for his second win, and a little bit of contact with a wall, it looked like back there for Archie Sanders. But unofficially, going to give second place to the 8 of Wes Villiaw. The 0 of Cameron Sr. third. Fourth is Archie Sanders, and I believe Dyer finished 5th. But there you see the official top 5 finishing order here in the 40-lap mini stock division Battle Royale. When we come back, Steve Gant will be in victory lane to talk with Jamie Long.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2-time winner Jamie Long. Jamie, 2-time winner here at Concord. Looked like you had a cakewalk early in the race. 23, Will Smith really had something for you there.
Yeah, I don't believe I had anything for me. As good as the car was working, I believe he had it.
You seemed like you was real strong on your restarts. Was that a strong point?
Yeah, that's a good point for us. We've always had a good, strong second gear and try to get that little advantage.
Kind of a double-edged sword here. You pulled up here in victory lane out of gas. One more lap and you'd have been, I guess, behind pit wall.
Yeah, I ran out right there in turn 4, and I didn't think I was going to make it to the checker flag, but I'm lucky indeed.
They said it was supposed to come off turn 4. I don't believe you run a victory lap. Did you run a victory lap? I didn't see one, but like I say, one more lap and it'd have been a different story. Congratulations, two-time winner here at Concord.
Thank you very much.
Anybody you need to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Mike and Bill at Midland Engine Machines. I'd like to thank Gary Hargett. I'd like to thank Union County Auto Mart, Houston South Electric, my mom and dad, my wife, and that's about it.
Jamie Long again, congratulations.
That'll wrap it up for Ben Minded Megastore Super Show night here at the Concord Motorsports Park.